Hello and welcome back to the Naked Expat channel. This is another one of my monologues. Some people have asked me, well, if you've lived in Thailand and Malaysia and Philippines, what made you choose the Philippines amongst all of them as a place to call home? And it's true that the most important thing about the Philippines, what really makes the Philippines, apart from its lovely beaches, most of which are still unspoilt and haven't been subject to commercialization, which is wonderful, but it's going to happen. Slowly is happening, unfortunately, but there's still some absolute gems. What makes the Philippines fantastic is the people. And you've probably heard that 100,000 times before, but it's very, very true. And for Westerners, it's even more comforting, the fact that not in the provinces so much, but English is widely spoken throughout the country. Sometimes it's only sort of Finglish, or Tagalish, mixture between Tagalog and English. People get by, but certainly one or two, if the person that you're trying to talk with doesn't understand English, the person they're with or the next person does. So unlike a lot of other countries in Asia, which are developing, that perhaps like in Thailand, a lot of Thais don't speak English. In the sort of cosmopolitan areas, of course they do, but in a lot of provinces they don't. In the Philippines, it's very, very English. You're not too far away from somebody that speaks English, which can make us all very, very lazy, because of course we should be learning Tagalog and Visayas and Cebuano and stuff. But that takes time. But it's comforting as an expat Westerner. At least as an expat, you know that you can be understood, which is very comforting. So apart from what makes the Philippines is the people, the other thing is something that I'll tell you a story. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful story, and it's true. I came to the Philippines with, subsequently became my ex-wife. We were boyfriend, girlfriend, and we were dating. I then took her to Malaysia because I had work doing some life coaching for a year. And during that time, she became pregnant. Surprise, surprise. And we ended up moving to the Philippines. And we were visiting her grandparents in the province. And not too far away, but certainly provincial life. And I was still a smoker then. And I'm not anymore, thankfully. But I was still a smoker and I didn't have any cigarettes. So a little sort of street store here, it's called a sari-sari store. And they didn't have the cigarettes that I like to smoke in the nearest sari-sari store. Well, where's the next one? We'll walk down the road and go over the little footbridge by the river and just walk towards the main part of the barangay, the main part of the village. And then there's plenty of sari-sari stores there. And somebody offered to go with me and I went, no, I'll figure it out. Have a little explore. So I walked down the road and over the bridge and I passed this school and it's like elementary school. And it was around about 11:30 in the morning. And so it was sort of break time almost. And some of the kids were coming across the road to the sari-sari store just to buy some sort of chews, some little bits of candy or a little Coca-Cola, which they recycle the bottles. So when you buy a Coca-Cola in these stores, they pour it into a plastic bottle and the kids have got pour it into a plastic bag with a straw, and the kids are walking down the street with a plastic bag full of Coke with a straw because they get it cheaper then because they don't have to pay for the deposit on the bottle, which is just beautiful. It's fantastic. Anyway, I was at the sari-sari store and I had these shorts on and I put my hand in my pocket and I bought a packet of cigarettes. And when I pulled my money out to pay for the cigarettes, which were only like 120 peso or something or other, it was a couple of bucks in American money. And very cheap, unfortunately. It was very, very hard to stop smoking. But unbeknownst to me, when I pulled out the money to pay, 1,000 pesos, which is, like $20, fell out of my pocket onto the floor, but I didn't notice it. Now, I bought my cigarettes and I walked down the street and I didn't have any school kids behind me, but whomever came up to the sari-sari store next, the school kids obviously saw the money on the floor and handed it to the lady in the sari-sari store. And the lady said, oh, well, that must be the foreigner. He's walked down the road. Where did he go? So these kids, I was by that time 200 meters almost across the bridge. down away from the sari-sari store, walking back with my cigarettes to Grandma's house. And these kids come running down, sir, excuse me. So I stop and say, what's, you okay? No, sir, you dropped your money. And I'm like, what? And I check my pocket and I'm thinking, and they give me back 1,000 peso. Now, 1,000 peso is a lot of money considering some of these kids' parents, if they're farmers, manual labor, maybe they earn 5,000 peso in a month. So, in a long month, that's nearly a week's salary for their father. So if anybody was going to pick up the money and say, oh, thank you, I'll have that, it would have been them. I'm not saying it's right, but kind of justifiable because it's poor, in this barangay, in this village. But because of the way that generally Filipinos are brought up, the done thing, God-fearing sort of Catholic society that they are, these kids picked up the money and ran down the road to give it to me. And when I offered to give them a little bit of a tip, they absolutely refused. No, sir, it's okay. And they went off. And I came back to Grandma's and I said to my ex at the time and to grandparents, I can't believe that. I dropped 1,000 peso on the floor and they gave it back to me. And they looked at me with the blank expressions. It's like, well, what do you expect? Well, you think they're going to steal it? Not give it back to you? Like it was like an ungodly thing to do. And I said, well, to be honest with you, in England, if you drop like £20 note on the floor, it's the last you're going to see. It'd be very unlikely to see it again. Or anywhere, or previously in Thailand or Malaysia, wherever I've been, you're not going to see it again. It's gone, man. Someone's going to pick it up and go, oh, happy days, And that to me, I'll take that experience to my grave because it was just beautiful. And I know no country's always safe. I'm not being naive, but it was a personal experience of mine. Other expats have got similar beautiful stories of the Philippines. We've got bad experiences as well, but in the main, that type of experience really does underline the spirit of Filipinos in general, that they do try and help people out, they try and do the right thing, and they are extremely God-fearing. And that's wonderful. And as I said, I very much doubt if that had happened in the UK, I would have ever seen that money again. And it really shocked me and shamed me in a beautiful way. And that was just an experience that I wanted to share with you because I'm sure if you come to the Philippines, you would experience it yourself. The Philippine friendliness, the big smiles are very, very genuine. They say Thailand is the land of smiles, but Thailand has like 150 different smiles and only about 40 of them are friendly. So when a Thai is smiling at you, or you think they're smiling at you, they could be well gritting their teeth. For all you know, you just don't understand because you're the hapless foreigner. So I hope you've enjoyed that little experience. I've been dying to share that experience of mine from 12, 13 years ago when I was first in the Philippines. I'm glad I've shared that experience with you. I hope you don't mind me reminiscing because it's an experience I really will never forget. Thank you.